So, with every new patch, it seems that we kind of get another iteration on mining. CIG loves to iterate on mining. It's the career that they love to tweak and change. And, obviously there are, are imbalances to mining. Something with the prospector and the mole. You may have heard of it recently. Some little adjustments that CIG would like to make. But let me suggest something. Let me just suggest a crazy idea here of how we could fix, quote unquote, mining. What if I told you that my plan as, let's say I'm CIG, my plan is that as soon as you get into the control seat of your mole or your prospector, that all the minerals that you could possibly be hunting, whether it's quantanium or hadanite or whatever, I don't really remember the names of the other ones. I think nickel's in there somewhere. What if I told you that you get into the command seat of your ship, and all those deposits in the entire solar system are immediately revealed to you? This is my idea for how the system should be balanced and how your career should work. Basic mining works the way it works right now, but as soon as you get into the command seat of your ship, all of these deposits are going to be revealed to you within the solar system. Everything, whether it's 50,000 kilometers away or 50 million, where they all are. All you have to do is just be in a mining ship and just flick on the old scanner and it shows you everything. Would you say that that's a fair and balanced approach to mining? Would anybody at CIG kind of rightfully kind of step out in front of a crowd at CitizenCon, or even in front of the audience on a Star Citizen Live, and present that idea and say that, okay, this is totally sensible, this is great, this is fantastic? Is that what we want mining to be as a career in Star Citizen? Do we want to just hand everybody all the resources that they want? I mean, think about it, even in, let's say, a game like Minecraft, I need iron, I need gold. Flick a button, where all the deposits are beyond anything that you will ever need forever for whatever you want to construct. It feels like a cheat, doesn't it? It feels like it cheapens the experience, and it feels like you're circumventing what would otherwise be a meaningful pursuit in the game. And that's kind of one of the big problems when you're kind of running around in a lot of these games with God mode. I know a lot of people who tend to mod their games, and whenever they put mods in that, they get really excited and they're having a lot of fun. They're using console commands, whatever. But eventually, they get bored of the game and they just throw it away because it was just too easy. And it wasn't really challenging. It wasn't really a meaningful pursuit. So I think that we'd all agree that this would be kind of a dumb idea, and you'd be like, "What? Why are you presenting this idea? This is stupid, and this would kind of ruin the game. This is not in the spirit of the game that we want to build, right?" So I guess that we're all agreed. So why is bounty hunting in Star Citizen actually built like that? Can you answer me that? Think about it. I have crime stat right now. Now I'm going and I'm just doing array hack jobs. So anybody who is a bounty hunter in Star Citizen can just open up their mission menu and go let me find the bounties that are in the system, and here they are. And here they are across the entire system. You can find just about any player in the game if they have crime stat, and you can actually have live updates of their position anywhere in the solar system at any time. Not only that, in order to hack down their crime stat, or if they just want to do things like hack satellites or anything like that to kind of prevent themselves from showing up, you're going to stick them in a bear trap. And you're going to force them to get out of your ship, go in there, use the chip, sit there for 3 to 5 minutes, basically stuck in one location for anybody who happens to be looking for that particular mineral, or in this case player, in this situation. How has this system, like when we're talking about iterating on mining, how is something like this just kind of like left to go on and on and on, and nobody is looking at it and just going like, this is a stupid system. And it really is like a really stupid system. Now, of course, mining does need fixes. It does. And this is something that we can iterate upon, but there are other things within the game that need to be iterated upon as well. And the bounty hunting system is frankly in desperate need of a complete overhaul. And I mean the crime stat system as well. Now, Stanton is supposed to be a secure system. It is supposed to be a reasonably safe, air quotes, system. So should, people who are criminals being noticed and reported to the authorities? Yes, they should. But how the system should actually work is that, let's say you're a law-abiding player and you happen to be flying past Grim Hex, and you happen to notice me flying out of Grim Hex, and I have crime stat. Your ship is automatically going to relay that information to the nearest comm relay satellite and say, oh, boom, criminal spotted right here. And then that information will then be propagated throughout the entire system instantly. And it will let any bounty hunters know that, oh, a criminal was spotted over here. Now that person is going to have to go and travel to Grim Hex, but by the time they get there, I'm probably gone. But what we could do is we could make it so that, not unlike the system in Elite Dangerous where you can actually scan someone's frame shift drive wake and see where they went, a system similar to that where you can actually scan the residual emissions to kind of get a little Star Trek-y with the lingo of that ship and just say, oh, okay, now I have a better idea of what kind of emissions or what kind of engine signature this ship is putting off, and that can help you localize that person and then proceed to kind of hunt them down. Kind of a larger scale version of when you use your scanners to ping. So eventually you can track that player down and hunt them down to a specific location and make it somewhat skill based and make it something of a meaningful pursuit. For the player who has the crime stat, they do have to stay on the move. They have to kind of watch out for locations where they may get spotted by other ships. It might be in their best interest to go and hack comm array satellites to shut them down to prevent that information from being relayed out of the area. But once again, comm array satellites present another problem because this is the proverbial bear trap. And this is probably one of the weakest points of Star Citizen's PvP, because if you're flying a cargo ship into a landing site, you can scan the area around you. You'll know if other ships are there if you're being particularly careful. We've done this in videos before. We've illustrated this. It's not that hard. It's basically hitting the tab button and then using your mouse. But when you're trying to, do something like this, like hack a comm array satellite, especially if you have crime stat, your location is being broadcast all over the solar system, and you're trapped in a location where you're outside of your ship. Anybody could go and hover outside of this satellite and just wait for me for the moment that I start to jump back into my ship and just blow my ship out of the sky, and I would have no recourse. Absolutely no recourse. Now you might be saying, oh, boo-hoo, gankers crying, blah, blah, blah. Nah, tough luck. Oh, well, that's what you get for playing in a high security system. Fine. If this is the way that Star Citizen is going to be, okay, I can accept it. But in order for me to accept it, that means that the inverse must also be true, which basically what I'm saying is that anytime you go into a low security system, and remember the next system that we're getting is Pyro, and that's a very low security system, then criminal players should be able to see where you are in real time across the entire solar system whenever they want. Does that sound desirable? The next star system that's going to open up in Star Citizen, is that what you want us to be able to do? 'Cause fair's fair, right? Something to think about.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.